Hello, fellow sea friends. Welcome to your evening's entertainment. Grab your favorite plush fish, sit back, relax, and get ready for tonight's host. That's Groovy Cat, Mr. Salem. Woo!
And then bake for 45 minutes at 160 degrees until golden brown or moist to the touch. Who knew there were so many different things you could make with semen? Oh, hello there. Please sit down and get comfortable because we are about to go onto an adventure through time but not space. Well, sort of space, but not space. Just mostly time. It's a time adventure because we did that earlier this morning / last night. Like this morning for me, last night for other people. But unfortunately, we lost all 3 lives thanks to Viking, Caulifla, and Big White Bear. So we're still on the same adventure, trying to find our younger brother Danny through time and maybe sort of space, but not space. Anyway, let's catch up with the chat thing and then we can get into the actual book. Whoop. Congratulations, Big White Bear, on coming first. I hope that you are well and wonderful this early morning. And congratulations, Krusty, on coming second this afternoon. I hope that you're well and all wonderful. Hi, Salem, and good morning, Kuro. I hope that you're well and wonderful this very early morning. Hi, Krusty. Hi. Did you see my Bathurst lap time, Kuro? No. I went to Salem's the day after the Bathurst stream to prove it was doable in both cars. Yes, the main thing wasn't actually the cars that we were using, in the sense of, doable to be not just come last. It was the cars that we were racing against. But anyway, and then waving all about. He did tell me about that. Hi, BWB. I think another camera may have been delivered to my house. I came here strictly for an adventure through space. Well, the space was in the first book. There was space. We were killed by I forget who, but they sent us into space. I think that could have been Colourfully Willy. Ooh, so bright. Too bright. Yes, because the sky is blanketed with clouds. And because of that, it like diffuses the light out, and so it's not all harsh, but then it is all everywhere, unfortunately. But the thing is that even if I turn all the other lights off, it doesn't change it that much. You're overexposed, like extremely. Yes, I know, but this camera doesn't auto-expose, and I'm not changing the settings because then I have to change every single time, unlike the other one. The problem is that because of that, it's the reason why this was the better camera when we did the sleep stream, whereas the other one made it brighter because it was so dark, but then as it gets brighter, it increases the laggy sluggishness because it is the frame rate that changes. Shutter speed, I should say. Yes. It's the Windows fault, yes, because I don't have blinds, because it's expensive to get the blinds put in there. I do have a smaller temporary thing, but it's a 2-man job, and I'm only a 1-man man, so I can't put them up. So I got the blinds. I got blackout blinds, or curtains, I should say. But yes. Anyway, it will get dimmer eventually. But also because of it, if we did dim, if I did change the exposure and I did lower it down, well, again, it's not the actual exposure; it's the frame rate. I do lower it down. then I get darker. That gets darker, but then I get darker because obviously it's behind me. But so it's unfortunately something that we have to deal with. Okay, half the lights are actually broken now. Okay, now they're not. Now they're back. Unfortunately, it's something we have to deal with when we're doing it at this time until I have blinds or curtains. Curtains, not blinds. There used to be curtain. There used to be blinds there. Yes, so it will be unfortunately very bright behind me. It was raining like a moment ago, and there are bigger, darker clouds behind that will come through, but that probably won't be for like I don't know, 20, 30 minutes maybe, something like that. Yeah. Anyway. Today is Monday, and so there were deliveries. We did have deliveries today. Very long beard hair. Needs a trim. What? Very long beard hair. My beard is long, yes. What? Anyway. Yes, no. There were deliveries. I believe it was tissues. A box of boxes of tissues. 12 boxes of tissues. My like tri-monthly tissue delivery. I think that's all that came today. So nothing super exciting. However, I believe tomorrow or the day after, we will be getting the next batch of no, they're gone slowly. Only 2 have gone off. We should be getting the next what's it called? The samples of the merchandising. They passed through customs yesterday, so we should be getting it possibly tomorrow or the day after, which will be good because then there's only like 2, I think, left to arrive. One of them is coming from Latvia, and that one will actually arrive most likely before the other American one because the other American one only just started moving. Sent a picture of what I mean. I still haven't seen your whatcha-called thingy. I saw you sent me a message and you're like, you sent me the thingy for the Nikki, but I haven't looked at it yet because I haven't been awake for too long. Are you talking about like one of the ones just over here that's sticking out? Or down here? I mean, you can't really see any over there, I don't think, right? And that's just because, and that's it's not longer than the others on the sun side. That's not so much that it's longer than the others. It's just that it was one that wasn't pushed down because if I don't have a comb here, but if I actually pull everything out, it's actually very long. All of it's very long. It's not just one single one. It's all very long. Okay. Now look, there's there's even more there. It would just be that one or so was sticking out more than the others because I don't know when I probably put my cardigan on. But yeah, if I had a brush, I could brush it all out and you would see. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see you use pomade and shape it into something. I do have beard waxes and gels and all that sort of stuff. I just don't. Damn it. Okay, now it's come through on Discord. You know, all of that. No, same thing is that it's all like super real big and long. And if I pull it all out, it's all like a big mane. But I try not to do that. But it all mostly, not really, because a lot of it does get pulled out when I'm stressed. But it mostly all conforms. But yes, the rain has started again. There we go. Sorry. Which way are the clouds moving? moving that way. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, no, I don't really like using the waxes or any of the styling stuff. I do the oils, obviously. The oil is more really for the skin than the actual hair itself. But yeah, because then if you accidentally touch it once you put stuff in it, you get this with your hands, and especially if you're dealing with like cards or anything, then it's terrible. It's terrible. We spoke about, I think, the other week though, is that because I would braid it sometimes. I don't do it that often. But I'd put little things in and stuff like that. You could do it, but there was is what you need is you need a partner that likes that and they like to do it. Because I'm completely fine if they do it to me. It's just such a hassle to do it yourself, and it's very difficult with getting it to be like nice and sort of even and everything if you're doing multiple things. At least for me, in front of a mirror. So it's just easier if someone is looking at you and doing it. But anyway. Yes, so we're still on TikTok You're Dead because we died 3 times. We lost all 3 lives this morning. So we are back with 3 lives again. We died. How did we die? We died by. We got eaten by crocodilios. We we drowned in quicksand, quick mud sand, and we weren't very smart when we were facing robots, and they obliterated us. So that was the 3 ways in which we died this morning. How will we die? I'll say today because it's still today. How will we die? It's not evening for me though. It's afternoon. But how will we die this very bright early evening? Let's find out, shall we? See, if I had this longer and it was like here, it'd be great. I wouldn't have to lean so far forward. But it won't work well. It won't work well. Hold up. Let me raise it up higher again. Ooh, nope, not that one. There we go. Now I could possibly extend it out a little more, but that'll just add more weight to the thing, won't it? No, I can't. That is the length that will go. Oh no, it's not. There we go. That is so far out. It's a very heavy base, but the extended weight over here will ever so slowly pull this down, and it will just ever so slowly get lower and lower and lower, but that's okay. That's a bit better. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to move as forward as much. So yes. Right, well, Goosebumps, reader beware, you choose the scare. Choose from 20 different scary endings. Number 2, TikTok, you're dead. Beware. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Your little brother Danny runs off by himself in the huge Museum of Natural History building. You try to find him, but instead you discover the laboratory of the strange Dr. Pebbles. The scientist volunteers you to test his new time machine. Wow, you think, I'm going to be the first time-traveling kid ever. Then Denny runs right into the machine and vanishes. Well, your brother's not lost in the museum anymore. Now he's lost in time. You have to find him again. But where? in the distant past, where fierce dinosaurs roam, or in medieval times, battling with knights and wizards. Maybe in the future, where robots rule over humans. The one thing you know for sure is you must find Denny in 2 hours or he'll be lost forever. You're in control of this scary story. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1, then follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 now to give yourself goosebumps. That's not page 1. That's page 4. There we go. What a crummy vacation. You, your little brother Danny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things like visit the Statue of Liberty, ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center, and ice skate at Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. It's entertaining, your mum says as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. It's educational, your dad declares as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one listens. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little red-haired brother, Danny. Only Danny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents through the Museum of Natural History. At first, it is kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mum cries. You rush to the next room, expecting something exciting, but your mum is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful? She exclaims. An exhibit on time. Great, you think. A whole room full of clocks. Boring. Then Denny gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me, he says smugly. Yes, I am, you reply, punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. I'm thirsty, Denny says. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. Can you find a drinking fountain for Danny, dear? Your mum asks, without taking her eyes off a grandfather clock. Come on, you grab Denny's hand, but Denny pulls away and runs off down a hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of either Denny or a water fountain, but near the end of the hall you see a sign on a door. Warning. Dangerous experiment inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Dangerous experiment? What does that mean, you wonder? You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no, Denny must have run in here, we think. You push the door open and wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long white hair tied in a ponytail is bent over a computer. The computer is hooked to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. It's about time you got here, the tall man says, straightening up. I'm Dr. Pebbles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, you start to say, I'm looking for. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, Here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch, a very, very odd stopwatch with a complicated-looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready? Dr. Pebbles asks. I'm getting all these vibrations. Ready for what, you ask? Why, to time travel, of course, he replies. You'll be the first human in history to use my traveling chronometer. Chronometer, you echo. What's that? He points to the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time, you start to say, but he interrupts again. Of course you have time, Dr. Pebbles goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the past or the future. When you return to the present, it will be the same moment that you left. It will be as if you weren't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, says Dr. Pebbles. Press the button on the left side to travel to the past. Press the button on the right for the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. Cool, you think. What if this guy's invention really works? Traveling in time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. We're finally getting up to our first choice. You think for a moment. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll return at the exact same time you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? If you choose to volunteer for Dr. Pebble's experiment, we turn to a page. If you think you'd better stay and look for Denny, we turn to a different page. What choice are we going to make first? Now, specifically this one, however, unfortunately, as we have chosen this one before, and more or less just to sort of save time, this is one where if we choose not to go on the adventure, the page that we then go to says, too bad. Go back to this page and try again. So we have to volunteer. We have to go on the adventure. We can't not. It refuses. So don't really have much of a choice. So we will just go straight with the volunteer for it. So we don't have to read this page again. Oh. Wow. Ah, so many vibrations. Gotcha. Alright, so we go to 71. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some numbers into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange shimmering glow. The chronoport is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing to the frame. I only need to adjust. But before he can continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing toward you. Denny, you cry. He's heading straight for the chronoport. You can't go in there. You're not the boss of me, Denny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before he disappears completely. Oh no, Dr. Pebbles cries. He went in before I made the final settings. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness forever. All right. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Denny. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. Pebbles tells you. I'd better make those adjustments to the chronopod so you don't disappear into timelessness too. You stare at the scientist as he fiddles with the time machine. You can't believe it. This guy is really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Pebbles goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise the device will bring back only one of you. No problemo, you say. But where did Denny go, the future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back. Dr. Pebbles replies, You'll have to guess. You touched the chronometer around your neck. It began measuring real time the moment Denny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide. Are you more likely to find Denny in the past or in the future? So travel to the future, we go to one page, or go to the past, we go to a different page. What did I miss? Nothing yet, Reb. We have just hit our first proper actual question. Choice, I should say. Because the previous one is the one that is just, do we go on the adventure or not? We go no, and it's like, you're a baby, go back. This is a Goosebumps book. If you don't want to go on the adventure, then don't read the book. And then we have to make the choice again. So this is the first actual proper choice. Are we going to go to the future, or are we going to go to the past to try to find our younger brother, Danny? Let me check all these buzzers. So many buzzers. What's a flipping foghorn? Or what's the other horn? Air horn. There was an air horn that just went off outside. And all those buzzers and everything were completely acceptable. um, where are we? Colourful is here. That foghorn must have been the arrival of Colourful Willy, perhaps. Future. I hope we are on the first life at least. Yes, perfect timing. We're on the first life and we're on the first actual proper choice. Foghorn, Leghorn. Yes, yes. I was like, when did I see a bunch of chickens? When we played Sea of Thieves the other day. That's right. There were a bunch of chickens on the island. I'm like, I haven't seen a bunch of chickens around here. There were a bunch of ducks out the front of my house the other day, actually. I took a picture, I think. Where's those ducks? No, that's the picture I sent to... you can't see this picture because it will give away what Dimitri is going to be wearing for the... make sure you can't see any reflections or anything. For the 80s exercise video thing. But he looks so happy and ecstatic. Oh, you would not believe how happy he looks in the outfit I have for him wearing. He actually has his face covered in one of it. No, that's a lorikeet. No, that's a cat. 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 That's a bug with a cat. It's a cat. It's a cat. That's 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 a cat. There's a rosella. I don't often see rosellas around here, but there's a rosella. Hold up. There's a rosella that you're not going to be able to see, but there's a rosella there. Rosellas were the main bird for arnots, I think. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button and they all went away. Let me, okay, go back. I'm pretty sure it's just behind the rosella. It is. Literally the picture behind the rosella is there's the two ducks that were out the front. Again, you're not going to really be able to see them, but there's two ducks. Yeah, there you go. Of course. Can't I see them? Can't I see them? Two ducks. And then this is where they were facing the other way. Two ducks. Waddling around. Anyway, we're not here to look at ducks. If you want to see my ducks, that's a different place. All right, where are we? What are our choices right now? Cat, cat, cat. Bean, cat, cat, flower. Another peen. What? Preening? Preening? Pruning? Preening. Pruning. Peening. Pruning. Preening. That's what birds do, isn't it? Preening? Or is it pruning? No, you prune a plant. A bird preens you, maybe. Past or future? First choice. Yes, yes. We're at the... Are we going to look for Danny, Colourful Willy's cousin, in the future, or are we going to go into the past? Future? Alrighty. I believe that's two futures, isn't it? Yep, future, future. All right, we're going to go into the future. To 16. Here we go. It's this one. I think my brother went to the future, you announce. I hope you're right. Dr. Pebbles punches another computer key. Are you ready? Step through the chronoport. You enter the glowing frame. As you move through it, you feel a strange tingling sensation. One more thing, Dr. Pebbles calls out. His voice sounds far away. Before you can return, remember. What? You cry as his final words fade away. What was he saying? Ahead of you, in the mist, are two scenes. A big futuristic looking city with small cars flying around like planes. Another view seems to be of New York City. You recognize a few buildings, like the World Trade Center and the Empire State Building. As you watch, a small red-haired boy who looks like Danny disappears behind another tall building. But is it really your brother? Make a decision. Is Denny in the strange city? If so, we go to a page. Or is he the red-haired boy in New York? Find out on a different page. Oh. Peen equals the genitals. I see. Hi, Colourfully Woolly. Say, in the future, it would be rarer, right, for there to be people with red hair. So it's very possible that that small red-haired boy could be Danny. But this is a future with the World Trade Center and Empire State Building. So that's perhaps not so much into the future as one would think these days. Or perhaps a different kind of future. So maybe if we're trying to use logic on the fact that there's possibly not as many redheads, may not help in this situation. 4-2, the New York City one. Hi, Kuro. Abweb. To the New York City one. Ah, right, yes, alright. So we're gonna go to New York City? Alrighty. 54. You glide through the mist towards the New York City street, where you saw the red-haired boy. Honking taxis, buses, and trucks zip along the street. Tall buildings surround you. On the streets, people are shouting, arguing, and laughing. Uh-oh, this looks exactly like New York City in the present. In 1995. Maybe something went wrong with the chronometer. You glance around for the red-haired kid you saw, but you don't see him anywhere. You approach a corner newsstand. Excuse me, you ask to the vendor. Can you tell me how to get to the Museum of Natural History? What do I look like, an information booth? He snaps back at you. Never mind, you mutter. Who needs your... Then you notice a stack of newspapers. The one on top has tomorrow's date. You're in the future, all right. One crummy day in the future. Oh, well, I mean, that's still time travel. So, no fair, you think. Wow. You're about to push the right-hand button on the chronometer to travel further into the future when something makes you gasp. Find out what it is on this other page. Strolling down the block in front of you is a familiar-looking family. A father, a mother, and two kids. There's a very good reason why the family looks so familiar. It's your family. You watch as your mum, dad, Denny, and you continue down the block. Your parents are talking to each other, and you and Denny seem to be arguing. Some things will never change. You watch as Denny gives you a karate chop in the arm, and you punch him back. It feels so strange to watch yourself like this. There are two of you in the same place. What would happen if you spoke to your future self? You still haven't decided what to do when your family reaches the corner. The light changes and they start to cross to the other side of the street. A moment later, you hear frightened screams and shouts, and then loud honking. You turn toward the noise. A green truck is speeding down the street. The truck shows no sign of slowing down and is headed straight towards your family. Quick, we got to turn to page 87. Oh, that's too far. The truck picks up speed as it approaches the corner. There's no way your family can get out of the way. In another moment, they will be flattened like pancakes, and there's nothing you can do. But maybe you touch the chronometer. Maybe you can go back in time and stop the accident before it happens. Should you go back in time a few minutes and try to stop your family, or go back further in time and try to stop the truck? To stop your family, we go to a page. To stop the truck, we go to a different page. Wow, we were meant to be trying to find Danny, but now instead we found future Danny and your whole family, and now you're going to be messing with time and trying to save them. In either case, some way. So how are we messing with time? Are we going to try and stop our family, or are we going to stop the truck? So we're going back in time while in the future. But how far back? A little bit to stop our family, or a little bit more to stop the truck. Wait, what happened to the Empire State Building? Lame. I say go back a few minutes. Truck. How do you stop a truck? Oh, we got one for truck and one for family. Oh, that's a 1-1. Whoa. I mean, you could, well, I mean, depends on why the truck's coming. Maybe the person fell asleep. Maybe he got knocked out. If you went back far enough, I suppose you could stop the person even starting the truck, right? Yes. We need tiebreaker. Are we going to stop the family, or are we going to stop the truck? We go with the first one that was said, which is the family. So that's the few minutes. Family, alrighty. You feel a strange tingling sensation as you press the buttons on the chronometer. When it stops, you're still standing next to a newsstand, but a clock in a nearby store shows it's 15 minutes before the accident. You can still stop it from happening. Your family has already started towards the corner. You don't have much time. Should you do something to distract them, or just run across the street and warn them? Think fast. The seconds are ticking by rapidly. Are we going to distract our family, or are we going to warn them? There are choices now. I just want to see what happens. Evil laughter. I think most of that was just an owl. Distracting the family or warning them? Warning? Alrighty, we're going to warn them. Distract. Alright, we need a tiebreaker here. Warning. Alright, 2 warnings. Now, me personally, I would have gone distract because I'm pretty sure warning means that we're going to actually be talking to them, and that's very dangerous, talking to oneself in the time situation, whereas distracting wasn't necessarily we'd be, actually directly interacting with them and them seeing us. So, let's see. So we're warning. Yeah, warning 86. All right, here we go. One thing I will say, though, is that if we're in the future and Denny's there, that means that we should be getting out alive, right? Because we got out alive to get to where we are in the future now with our family all there, possibly about to be run over. But again, this all depends on what version of what theory of time travel exists and is actually real. This would have to be, it could be the one where whatever happens, happens, and it continues to happen. So the fact that we're there means that we have already found Denny, saved him, and we get back to the present and then continue into that next day to be there. Or again, it could be the different timelines are created as that happens. And Danny is still lost in our timeline, but in that timeline, he didn't get lost. Or we did find him. So, doesn't answer the question, but... You've got to warn your family. Stop, you cry as you dash across the street. Go back to the hotel. At first, they all ignore you. Then your mum's eyes grow wide. She looks back and forth between you and the other you. I don't have time to explain what's happening, you shout at her. Don't cross the street. Mum, please. It's dangerous. But now your family's hurrying to get away from you. They're totally freaked out. Stop, you cry. I don't know who you are or why you're pretending to be my child, your father says angrily. But if you don't leave us alone, I'm calling the police. Please, you beg. Just stop for a minute. You have to listen to me. I'm trying to save you. I mean it, your dad says. Get out of here, or you'll be sorry. Oh no, down to page 78. Yeah, get out of here, Danny adds. A karate chop lands on your arm. You can't help it. You punch him back. Don't be a jerk, you say. Turn around now. If you don't, something terrible will happen. You're not the boss of me, Danny yells. He rushes towards the intersection. Stop, you yell again. Danny turns around and kicks you hard. In the shin. You were so mad, you grab him in a headlock. Say you're sorry. You're not the boss of me, Danny screams again. This time, the other you jumps into the fight. While you hold on to Danny's neck, the you from the future pokes him in the chest. Wow, you're double teaming your brother now. Say you're sorry, you demand, tightening your hold on his neck. Say it. This time, you don't even see the truck bearing down on you and your family. It's too much fun having two of you gang up on Danny. The end. Wow. There we go. So that was a double team kill from Big White Bear and Red. Colorful Willies was trying to save us. Everyone else was like, let's just go beat our brother up while we wait to get run over by a giant truck. Wow. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm being Karuk. Yeah, we shouldn't have shown ourselves to at least the adults. Danny dies. Everyone dies. We died double twice that time. I think that's almost like 2 lives we lose, right? Best ending. I don't know if that's the best ending, but that is our first life gone, which means we have 2 lives left. So that one was. I think that one's almost the longest though that we've gone, right? Almost. If not, I think it'd be probably, like, with the amount of choices that we had along the way, I think that one's probably close to, maybe the dinosaur one. That might have actually been longest. Because we had a couple of different choices there, yeah. Life 1. Future, New York City. Go back a few minutes. Warn the family. Dead. Alrighty. Let us rewind time ourselves. I don't have a chronometer. I do have 3 watches that you can't see because of the thing, but that's our 3 lives. So watch 1 is, I'm not going to break it, but is dead. Oh, but we only have two left. Well, actually, well, no, because that wouldn't. Never mind. Thinking too much on it. There we go. Speed up. I feel like we could do that one all again and just pick distract, and it would work. Possibly. Because, yeah, there was the choice of to go back a few minutes or a lot of minutes, stop family or stop truck. But then for stopping family, there was the choice again of how to stop them. Anyway. What a crummy vacation. You, your little brother Danny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things, like visit the Statue of Liberty or ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center and ice skate at the Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. It's entertaining, your mum says, as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. It's educational, your dad declares, as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one listens. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little red-haired brother Denny. Only Denny doesn't want to be in charge, doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents through the Museum of Natural History. At first, it is kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mum cries. You rush to the next room, expecting something exciting, but your mum is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful, she exclaims. An exhibit on time. Great, you think. A whole room of clocks. Boring. Then Denny gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me. Wait, that's the voice is around the wrong way. Anyway, he says smugly. Yes, I am, you reply. No, anyway. Punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. I'm thirsty, Denny says. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. Can you find a drinking fountain for Denny, dear? Your mum asks, without taking her eyes off a grandfather clock. Come on, you grab Denny's hand, but Denny pulls away and runs off down a hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of either Denny or a water fountain, but near the end of the hall you see a sign on a door. Warning, dangerous experiment inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Dangerous experiment? What does that mean? You wonder. You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no! Denny must have run in here, you think. You push the door open wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long white hair, tied in a ponytail, is bent over a computer. The computer is hooked up to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. It's about time you got here, the tall man says, straightening up. I'm Dr. Pebbles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, you start to say, I'm looking for... There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebble interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, Here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch. A very, very odd stopwatch with a complicated-looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready? Dr. Pebbles asks. Ready for what? You ask. Why, to time travel, of course, he replies. You'll be the first human in history to use my travelling chronomancer. No, chronometer, not chronomancer. Chronometer, you echo. What's that? He points to the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time, you start to say, but he interrupts again. Of course you have time, Dr. Pebbles goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the past or the future. When you return to the present, it will be the exact same moment that you left. It will be as if you weren't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, says Dr. Pebbles. Press the button on the left side to travel to the past. Press the button on the right for the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. Cool, you think. What if this guy's invention really works? Traveling in time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. There is so much in this one before you get to actual proper choices. You think for a moment. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds a lot like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll be returning at the exact same time you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? Well, you're not getting the choice with this one. We just go straight to the thing, so I don't have to read that page again and read a page that sends us back here. So we're going to volunteer for Dr. Pebbles' experiment because we're reading a Goosebump book, and we're not a chicken. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some buttons into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange shimmering glow. The chronoport is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing to the frame. I only need to adjust. But before he can continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing towards you. Denny, you cry. He's heading straight for the chronoport. You can't go in there. You're not the boss of me, Danny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before he disappears completely. Oh no, Dr. Pebbles cries. He went before I made the final settings. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness forever. 7, 2, 5. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Danny. I mean, you're not caring about if he's dead or anything like that. It's just the fact you're going to be grounded for life. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. Pebbles tells you. I'd better make those adjustments to the chronoport so you don't disappear into timelessness too. You stare at the scientist as he fiddles with the time machine. You can't believe it, this guy's really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Pebbles goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise the device will bring only one of you back. No problemo, you say. But where did Danny go? The future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back, Dr. Pebbles replies. You'll have to guess. You touched the chronometer around your neck. It began measuring real time the moment Danny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide. Are you more likely to find Danny in the past or in the future? Okay, perfect. Hold up. I can't see these things because this is a very tiny screen here on this thing. Alrighty, there we go. We've got a raid. Whoa, ho, ho. Thank you very much, Baked Potato, for that raid. Very much appreciated. How did your stream go? What were you up to? What did you do? Whatever it was, I hope it was a potassium-filled time. There we go. Whoa, ho. Fantastic. Yes. Okay, we're up to our first actual proper choice now. We are reading Give Yourself Goosebumps. So not the normal Goosebumps books, but the Give Yourself Goosebumps ones where we get to make decisions. It is the second one, TikTok, You're Dead. We have 3 lives. We lost our first life because we went to the future and we saw our family. We tried to save them. We tried to save them by talking to them. And in the end, we ended up double teaming our brother and trying to beat him up with our future self, and then we all got flattened by a truck. But now we are back to the first main choice, which is because our brother has run through a wibbly wobbly picture frame and has gotten lost in time. So are we going to travel to the future to look for him, or are we going to travel to the past to look for him? That's the decision we're currently at. But yes, thank you once again very much for that raid. Very much appreciated. Now, did I miss any? Okay, either way. But Danny is the worst, so it probably wouldn't. He's just a child, so if anything, the parents shouldn't have their elders so responsible for their other child. I mostly just want Salem to complete, so he doesn't feel stuck into reading every 12 hours until we get it. Just skip to the first choice. Skip? But what if someone comes in like right now? Well, I mean, we're at the first choice, and so, but Tato Raid, whoa, Tato Raid, and good morning, afternoon, or evening, Blurred. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. House Flipper 2, ooh, very good. I have not played House Flipper 2. I have only played the first one. I played the first one, I think, once. I don't think I flipped any houses. Hi Raiders, welcome to Give Yourself Goosebumps. Woohoo! Colorfully, he's old enough to know better. We don't actually know the age of the brother though. Stream was good, just a chilled house flipper session with Blood. Ooh, I see. Well, I hope you, yes, both have wonderful, fantastic time. We indeed flipped houses. Ooh, very, very big and strong. I can flip. No, I can't even flip. I mean, no, I do. I got a new spatula. I can flip pancakes now. But I can't flip pancakes with the actual skillet. That's too tricky. I ain't no skillet flipper. Pancake in skillet flipper. I basically want to do the same as before and say future. House flipper is very therapeutic. I've heard. The one time I did play it, I don't remember. I think I had a very little dingy shack thing, and I think there was a chainsaw in there. Maybe. Wait, hold up. House flipper, house cleaner. Do you clean houses in house flipper? I think it was House Flipper I played the first one. Maybe? Or did I just clean a house? Was it just like a maid? Cleaner? I don't know. There's way too many simulation games these days. Anyway. But fantastic. Hopefully you're keeping hydrated. Sure. Yeah, you do clean. Okay, then yes. No, I've played the first one for a couple of hours, I think, but I don't think I sold the house. Or did I sell maybe one house? It was years ago. But very good. Very good. But yes, so first choice, travel to the future or to the past? I believe Colorfully Willy is voting for traveling to the future. See, this is already gone down. It was higher, but it's because of how far out it is and the weight. But it should be fine. The problem is it just makes the book a bit more. Yes. But travel to the future or travel to the past? Now I'm going to move my cursor off that so I can actually see everything over there. Future. All right, we're going to the future again. So many buzzes today. All right, hold up. I'm going to fix this up again because it annoys me because I will automatically move my head closer to the microphone. And if it is so far down, that is not good for my neck, or my back, or any other part of me. I'm not singing the rest of the song. There we go. But let's over tighten it and hope it stays there for longer. Sorry, I missed you saying which Goosebumps is this? This is the second in the series of the Give Yourself. So this is the TikTok You're Dead. We did the first one about a month ago. We went through that, and that was Escape from the Carnival of Horrors. I only own the Give Yourself Goosebump books. This one I bought, and I know because it's got a thing on the back of where I bought it, which was a secondhand bookshop over in Albany in Western Australia, and I was there in the year 2000. So that's when I bought this secondhand. So 25 years ago, and the book was done in 95. So 25 years. I'll book 25. No, 95, 30-year-old book. Anyway, we're going to the future. Oh. Okay, hold up. Let me scroll. Okay, there we are. TikTok, you're dead. But sadly, sometimes bad things do happen to good children in Goosebumps books and TV shows. Ooh, I never got to read that one. What's the premise so far? Okay, so basically, we're in New York City. We're in New York City for a Christmas vacation. We were excited because we wanted to see the Statue of Liberty or ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center and ice skate at Rockefeller Center. But unfortunately, our parents like museums, so we've gone to the museum. There we go. I was like, I saw the thingy. Thank you very much, Ninja, for that resubscription. 4 months. Fantastic. Very much appreciated. I hope that you're well and wonderful this afternoon. So we've gone to the museum. And then our younger brother is our family of 4. Younger brother ran off. We chased after him. We ended up in a room with a scientist, and he put it's Flavor Flav, right? Flavor Flav, where's the big thing? Is it Flavor Flav or is the other one? Anyway, puts a big, watch around us, and he's like, this thing you can do with your time travel and stuff, go through there, you can time travel, but your brother jumps through it and he's lost in time. Now we've got to find him, or he's going to be lost forever. So that was the first choice. Are we looking in the future or to the past for him? We've chosen the future, so that's where we're at right now. Howdy. How did that one go? The first one, that was so we do these with 3 lives. We got out of the carnival on our 3rd life, surprisingly. Colorful Willy says it. We're a young boy visiting New York City with our family. We meet up with a scientist who can make us travel through time. Our younger sibling goes into the time warp, and we got to find him. Yes, and it's not as simple as just a step to the left or a jump to the right. And there's no hip thrusting or pelvic thrusting. So yes, unfortunately. Anyway, I think my brother went to the future, you announce. I hope you're right. Dr. Pebbles punches another computer key. Are you ready? Step through the chronoport. You enter the glowing frame. As you move through it, you feel a strange tingling sensation. One more thing, Dr. Pebbles calls out. His voice sounds far away. Before you can return, remember. What? You cry as his words fade away. What was he saying? Ahead of you, in the mist, are two scenes. A big futuristic-looking city, with small cars flying around like planes. Another seems to be the view of New York City. You recognize a few buildings, like the World Trade Center and the Empire State Building. As you watch, a small red-haired boy who looks like Danny disappears behind another tall building. But is it really your brother? Make a decision. Is Denny in the strange city? If so, we go to a page. Or is he the red-haired boy in New York? We go to a different page. So we're going to go to the strange city, or we're going to go to the New York City again. I was a big fan of the Slappy books and the Choose Your Own Adventure Carnival books. Ooh, so the only, like, the Choose Your Own Adventure ones, the only ones that I'd ever actually read back in the day were the Goosebump ones. But I remember maybe about 15-ish years ago, or 8 years ago, I don't know, at some point, I was in a Big W, and there was a box set of Scooby-Doo Choose Your Own Adventure ones, and I was very excited by that. I was tempted to buy it. It was only like $60 or something, maybe 70, but I didn't, and I have not seen it since. So, because I would very much have liked to have, I'd read them. We'd be doing flipping Scooby-Doo time all the time. It'd be Scooby-Doo time all the time. Every time. Scooby-Doo time. Like Kim Possible in A Stitch in Time. I did have the game on PlayStation 3 where you're that raccoon, and it was the time one. And that was actually the first one I played of this raccoon. He's a little bandito, and there's a lady that he likes, but she's like much taller than I think. It's like Star Fox, but you're not in planes, and you're not a fox. And I don't think there's a frog who's the tech guy. Raccoon. Roger Raccoon. Something Raccoon. Sly Raccoon, that's it. The first Sly Raccoon game I played was the time one on the PlayStation 3, yeah. Anyway, we're going to New York City, alrighty. That is 54. I wonder how this will go. You glide through the mist toward the New York City street, where you saw the red-haired boy. Honking taxis, buses, and trucks zip along the street. Tall buildings surround you. On the streets, people are shouting, arguing, and laughing. Uh-oh, this looks exactly like New York City in the present. Maybe something went wrong with the chronometer. You glance around for the red-haired kid you saw, but you don't see him anywhere. You approach a corner newsstand. Excuse me, you ask to the vendor. Can you tell me how to get to the Museum of Natural History? What do I look like? An information booth? He snaps back at you. Never mind, you mutter. Who needs your... Then you notice a stack of newspapers. The one on top has tomorrow's date. You're in the future, all right. One crummy day in the future. No fair, you think. You're about to push the right-hand button on the chronometer to travel further into the future when you see something that makes you gasp. But see, one day in the future is very handy. This just shows the future sight, the foresight of young babies. Because at least one day, I mean, the things. You find out who wins the sports matches. There was a thing showing up before that about who was fighting the other day. There's your fighting, your rock'em sock'ems with your Paul, whatever their names are, the Pauls, the fight and stuff, and then even with like your horse races. One day there's so many results you can see, and then wow, kids, those days, these days, in the future days. Where are we even going? 77. Back one more. Oh, I forgot. No one reminded me. We don't have our little, This one even actually really fits the theme of this one as well. You can't see because it's so bright, but it's still... Anyway. Strolling down the block in front of you was a familiar-looking family. A father, a mother, and 2 kids. There's a very good reason why the family looks so familiar. It's your family. You watch as your mom, dad, and Danny and you continue down the block. Your parents are talking to each other, and you and Denny seem to be arguing. Some things will never change. You watch as Denny gives you a karate chop in the arm, and you punch him back. It feels so strange to watch yourself like this. There are 2 of you in the same place. What would happen if you spoke to your future self? You still haven't decided what to do when your family reaches the corner. The light catches? The light changes, and they start to cross to the other side of the street. A moment later, you hear frightened screams and shouts, and then loud honking. You turn toward the noise. A green truck is speeding down the street. The truck shows no sign of slowing down, and it's headed straight toward your family. Quick, go to page 87. Oh, back one. The truck picks up speed as it approaches the corner. There's no way your family can get out of the way. In another moment, they will be flattened like pancakes. There's nothing you can do. But maybe. You touch the chronometer. Maybe you can go back in time and stop the accident before it happens. Should you go back in the past a few minutes and try to stop your family, or go back further in time to try to stop the truck? Are we going to go back a few minutes to stop our family, or are we going to go back further to stop the truck? Those are our choices. What are we going to do this time? Do people still write Choose Your Own Adventures? I remember my primary school teacher reading one to the class, and it's what really got me into reading them in the first place. Well, like I said, so like at least 8-ish years ago, I'm assuming they were fairly new. Well, I mean, they were brand new in Big W, but I assume they weren't like written like heaps before. So at least the that's a robot. Scooby-Doo. There's robots in Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo ones were done, but like big actual like series is like how the Goosebump ones were done. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure Goosebumps are all over now, aren't they? I mean, they did the movie, right? It wouldn't surprise me if when they did that movie with Jack Black, was it with Jack Black? I think it was. I haven't seen it. Did they do a second one? Anyway, if from that they like started a new series or something of Goosebump books, I don't know if they would have started like a Give Yourself Goosebump book series again, but yeah. Yeah. I never heard about the Scooby-Doo books. I missed out. Got me into Sly Cooper. I was never good at that game. I gave up. I do think the situation is funny because if this is a day in advance, then if you did survive, then future you knows about what happened. You'd think the last situation he would have known not to bother you. See? So I think that basically shows us the version of time travel we're dealing with here. It is the alternate timeline one. So we have our timeline and we've gone into the past. And by doing so, we are now in a different timeline and we're not in the same timeline. So anything we do in this one does not change our timeline because they are separate timelines, which is the reason why the us in the future that we're seeing in this timeline doesn't know that we're there seeing ourselves and what's about to happen, because if it was the version of time travel where it is all one timeline, then we would have had that knowledge, that past knowledge thing. But there are other versions. They're just the 2 main that I know of, but there are other ones, and there's the stuff where when things are changed, the memory of it does not stay with the people and everything because it's all done as how a natural thing would go. But those ones are confusing. They're more trickier, those time travel ones, but yeah. I know, I used to watch a show called Early Edition, a person who gets tomorrow's newspaper. Ooh, go back a few minutes. Ooh, family. You don't say the page's numbers, do you? I do sometimes, only asking because it would be funny if past was lower numbers and futures were higher. Yes, it was Jack Black. I always think of him singing Bumps Gonna Goose Ya. The timeline where the book would let us just go find our brother and not call us lame. I always hated that. Time travel. It's just a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. All right, so we're going to go back a few minutes to stop the family. Alrighty. Well, okay, in this case, to stop our family, going back just a few minutes, is page 31. To go back further to stop the truck, that's page 34. So, but to stop the family, 31. You feel a strange tingling sensation as you press the buttons on the chronometer. When it stops, you're still standing next to a newsstand, but a clock in a nearby store shows that it's 15 minutes before the accident. You can still stop it from happening. Your family has already started toward the corner. You don't have much time. Should you do something to distract them? Or just run across the street and warn them? Think fast. The seconds are ticking by rapidly. Alrighty. Are we going to distract our family? Or are we going to warn them? Now, we did warn them last time. Distract. Last one we tried was the other. Distract. Alrighty. Very good. We go to page 40. Here we go. Let's see if this is any different. What would make you and Denny turn around, you wonder? You've got to create a distraction. You glance at the newsstand again and an idea comes to you. It's not much, but it's the only thing you can think of. Quickly, you check your pockets. You've got about $30, your allowance. Plus some money your dad gave you to buy souvenirs. You ask the newsstand owner for change. You get a bunch of bills and coins. Suddenly, a familiar-looking red-haired boy runs past you. You stare at him, then back at your family. Denny is still with the rest of the family. What's he doing here too? Denny, you shout. What are you doing here? So the red-haired kid going around the corner was Danny? Or was it the original Danny? Or you're the new future Danny? Or the back Danny? Now we're dealing with 2 U's and 2 Dannys. Well, an extra U and 2 Dannys. Oh. Turn to page 17. Oh. At least we found our Danny. Denny shrugs and starts to explain. I went through that door but time is running out. You cut him off. You cut him off. Stay here, okay? You're not the boss of me. Denny whines. You groan. Your little brother is never going to cooperate. I need to slow down because we haven't read this. But it's exciting. Whoa, time's ticking. Their family's about to get flattened like pancakes. You groan. Your little brother is never going to cooperate unless you tell him the plan. You whisper in his ear. Denny gives you a big smile. I'll stay around for that, he promises. All right. Read all about it. 53. You quickly jump up on the counter of the newsstand and then climb onto the roof. Hey, the owner shouts, get down from there. You ignore him. While he continues to yell, you take some of your money and throw it down on the sidewalk. Free money, you shout. Down below, Denny shouts the same thing. Free money! Look at that, someone shouts. Those kids are throwing away money. 2 or 3 passerbys pick up coins and bills. A crowd starts to gather, and cars and taxis brake to see what's going on. You watch as Denny bends down and pockets some of the change. Denny, you scream. Put that... Loud honking starts up in the distance. The truck is coming. You can see it now, speeding for the intersection where your family is about to cross. Quick, turn to page 58. Apparently that hasn't done anything with them yet. All right. You look over at your future family. The future Denny and the future you are laughing and pointing at the shower of money. Your parents are watching too. Then your family points to his watch. Then your father points to his watch and says something. The others nod and start for the corner again. No, you shout. A split second later, the green truck hurtles towards the crowded intersection. Brakes squeal and horns blare. You freeze, barely able to watch the scene unfold in front of you. Your mother lets out a blood-curdling scream. Have you saved your family? Find out on page 21. Ooh. Ooh. And we're distracting. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. Another one. Hey, are you serious? And good early morning, Viking. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. Still dies. Well, let's find out. We gotta go to page 21. As you look on in horror, your father sees the runaway truck. He throws out his arms to hold back you, your mother, and Denny. Your family halts in their tracks, and the truck speeds on past. Whew, you did it. You saved your family. Now you've got to grab Denny and get back to Dr. Pebble's lab. Come on, Denny, you call. No, Denny cries. You can't make me. You glance at the chronomancer. Dr. Pebbles said you had to return within 2 hours of real time. The minutes are ticking by. You have to take Denny back as soon as possible, or you could get lost in time. You're bigger and stronger. Should you just grab him, or can you talk him into going with you? Alrighty, we're up to another choice. So we have dodged that death. This is flipping Final Destination stuff going on, right? Are we going to grab Denny? We go to 1, 2, 2. Or we're going to talk him into it. 1, 3, 4. Go grab him, or you go talk him into it. It doesn't fully matter what happens to them, I guess. Wow, we talk him into it. Grab him. Oh, it's a 1-1 tie. We need a breaker. Who's going to break it? Go grab Denny. We'll go talk him into it. We are apparently bigger and stronger, but he is redhead. So, you know, possibly might bite us or something. Talk, talk, talk. Hopefully she covers his mouth first. If we don't get any other ones, we go to what was done first, which was the talking him into it. So that is going to be... Hi everyone, good early morning bursty, just in time. Are we going to grab Denny, or are we going to talk him into it? We need a breaker, a tiebreaker. We're in the future trying to get our brother. We saved our future family. Talk! Fell asleep yesterday and thought this stream never ended. Ah, no. It did end. We lost all 3 lives. We are on our 2nd life right now. But I hope you had a good sleep. Nevertheless, talk? Okay, yes, because if we just grab him, he will run. All right, so we're going to talk him. That's 2 to 1. 1, 3, 4. Here we go. Oh, this right at the flipping back of the book. Oh. 1, 3, 4. Somehow, you've got to talk to Denny into coming back to the present with you. But how? Then you get an idea. Denny, you say very calmly, I'm going back to Dr. Pebble's laboratory now, but I don't want you to come with me. Why not? Denny asks suspiciously. It's none of your business, you say as nastily as you can. You can come back later today or tomorrow. No, Denny whines. I want to go back now. Well, you can't, you say. I'm going without you. No, he whines louder. Take me with you. Sorry, I'll tell Mom, he insists. I'll tell her how you're always trying to be the boss of me. Oh, all right, you say, trying to sound disgusted. Hold my hand, then. Looking pleased, Denny takes your hand. You glance down at the chronometer. 45 seconds, plenty of time to spare. And Denny doesn't even realize that he tricked himself. The end. Ha ha! Whoa! We did it! We did it! I mean, it ends very abruptly, but we did it! With, what did it say? With 45 seconds? 45 seconds! Apparently, all of that was almost 2 hours adventuring. But we did it! Oh, we saved Denny by reverse psychology. Ho ho! There you go. Whoa. Crazy. On our 2nd life this run, because we did the same book this morning, which means that that was our 5th life that we got this one done on. Oh, but we did it. Well done. Congratulations. I'm surprised there wasn't like a little bit like of us going back and did sort of like there was with the first one, but there we go. We did it. Well done. We did it. There is a clap thing somewhere. Oh. I can't hear it with the setup, but I know you're going to hear it. So. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, now I'll go scroll back. Yes, because if we just grab him, he'll run away. I'm sweating. I'm so nervous. We're dead. Reverse psychology. We did it. Let's go. We won. Woo. And then we get run over by another truck. Oh, yeah, we forget about it the next day. Wow, I was wrong. Would have been cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. And womp, 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 womp. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Meow, 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 meow. Do-do-do-do-do. If in the epilogue it will be a day later and you were like, hey, Dad, watch out for this truck. But we did it. Oh, fiddlesticks. All right, so does he have boxes out here? I do. I just got to see which one's one that's unopened, and I don't have something to. I could probably use the HDMI cord to maybe cut it. I don't have a slicer and dicer, but I do have a box. I think one there, and I think that one's there. So there's not really like choices. Well, actually, there is a box down there. Oh, but that's under big books. So there is a box. All right, I'll get a box. And I'll hydrate. All right, let me hydrate first. Oh. Whew. Alrighty. You planning on moving? No. 2 boxes. Wow. All right, hold up. Give me a second. Let me get up and move things over, and I'll mute this so you don't hear a bunch of noises and grunts while I'm moving things around. The box that I thought was sealed wasn't sealed, so I got to find a different box that is sealed. I know there's a sealed box here. I just got to find which one it is. just go get a box cutter. I'll be back in a moment. All right. There we go. Hell of fine. Whew. How are we? So this is just one box. You don't get to pick numbers with these ones. It's just okay. That's got no power in it. It's just whatever I end up finding. Whew. Boxes, packages. Oh, is this his office? This is the study. This is his study. Salem gets lots of packages in the mail. Okay, thanks for answering. Logan, alrighty, no worries. Thank you very much for the raid, Tato, and have a good look. And we look forward to seeing you next time, whenever that happens to be. Bye for now. And then Colourful Willie getting ready for takeoff. Question is, are you able to do the predictions, or should I do it? We won't do predictions for the ones in here because most of the packages in here are very specific. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. That one, because, jeez, I know there are other boxes around, and I think there's some stuff here, but they might have been opened. But I do probably actually need to open them and then get the stuff out and change the stuff around. So I mean, it's just very limited with the room. But let's open this first box and we'll see how we go. So, I mean, do we want to do the guessing thing or not? I mean, we can, I suppose, for the first one, maybe? I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? We can do whatever people want. Let me just think where the next two would come from. I know I can do that one, but that one technically is open, but I haven't gotten the stuff out of it yet. Press 1 for prediction, 2 for no. 1. I guess Sculptor was doing a prediction. It's going. Fantastic. Win channel points if you make the correct prediction. This is a Twitch-only feature, by the way. Where am I gonna get the next two boxes from? Like I said, there's that one there. That one's gonna be that one. Well, there was another one down there, but apparently not. It was this one though. Surely there's not. Maybe? The one next? It's got a bunch of boxes on top of it. Though. Open boxes, empty open boxes. Prediction's over, is it? Is prediction over? Because I can't see all that stuff in such a tiny view and the things and stuff. I think the prediction's over. We can open? Can we open? I Yes. I'm gonna open it. Alright. That didn't go. There we go. Oh, almost. There we go. Oh. Okay, we'll open this box of macaroni and cheese. Is it a game or just part of my dinner? You won't know until I open the box and start boiling this water and add butter and milk. Although I guess I shouldn't bet, so I can give out the points if it's hard for you to do that. I don't know. I'd have to change the thing over and have a look. I'm not going to pull that out. I'm just going to open it in here so it's slightly easier. So we'll see how you do with this one. Yes. Based on that, for the next two, yeah. Okie dokie, sounds good. Now, I know what this is, but I don't know what this is. And you'll see in a moment. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's got my name. Now I would just do the thing over there. Oh, my thumb. Oh, there's a big indentation now. Gotta open this carefully. Actually, I can slice this and it's probably going to be a little easier. Oh. Oh. Careful. 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 Oh, not so careful. Alright. Enjoy your food. Now, how am I going to do this? This is going to be problematic. Okay, I need to get this box going for a moment. We'll get near it. Here we go. The kitties can enjoy the empty boxes. They have their own empty boxes, which are my empty boxes, but they're specific ones that they get. I remember this one now. Very carefully. You don't want to knock the drawer off. So much bubble wrap. Oh. Got the gloves. Unearthed from an expedition that was done in the wastelands of the Gold Coast. We have the skull of Loki. Oh wow, that's sick. Oh. 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 Okay. Skull of the god of mischief. Um, is it heavy? Looks heavy, yes. I believe it is the weight of a skull. Very sparkly. But yeah. Is that like a certain type of stone or gem on the back? Um, no, I think it's just the paint to be done like that. Not for kitties, yes. Or is it just paint? Just paint that, yeah. But yeah, that's a really cool piece. Yes, yes, yes. So for those who have been around for a long time, they would have seen some of my other skulls. Um, but this is one of the more newer ones. In fact, this is probably the newest one, but still from a couple of years ago. But I believe this is actually from the Scratch and Dent sale. Interestingly, the guy just did a massive sale last Friday for 24 hours, Friday to Saturday. The entire range that he still produces was up for pre-order, so he would make as many as whatever ones people ordered. And yeah, yeah. Just recently did another Batman one, I think. The Batman one recently did like a new one of something. But yes, it's fellow from the Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, one of the coasts. Not no Sunshine Coast, I think. Maybe Gold Coast now, or Sunshine Coast, I think. His name's Andy. Also goes by Jack of the Dust. Um, he people may have actually a lot of people actually would have even seen his work and not realized it. If anyone has seen that pirate show about the pirates that do pirating stuff, Black Sails. The final season, which I think is season 4 of Black Sails, if anyone's seen the artwork of that fifth and final season, how there's a skull that's like melting, he actually created that. And then like the people that were doing the promotional stuff for that final season contacted him to get the licensing to actually use that skull that he created with the melting, with the hands and for their actual artwork and stuff, and I think even for the covers of the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. But that was Andy. That was Jack of the Dust. But yeah, I've been getting his skulls for quite a while. Over the time, stuff has changed because he's much more popular now than he was back then. Still quite popular, but obviously he got in trouble from doing certain licensed stuff and having them with the names and stuff like that. So they've got to be changed, and some of the things aren't called. Like he does a Charizard head, doesn't call it Charizard, calls it Trophy Number 5, I think, because I think the fifth Pokemon is Charizard, something like that, and various things like that. But originally, when he did them, like they had the names of Batman, Joker, everything. The first one I ever bought from him was actually a Joker skull to give as a gift to a lady actually up in Queensland. I don't believe he does Joker ones anymore, or if he does, not ones like that. Yeah. And then I got for my sister a planter of Groot, so it was a skull wooden head thing looking thing of Groot's head, but it was a planter, so you can grow plants in and stuff if you wanted. First one I finally got for myself, though, was one that was a combination mix up between Jack Skellington and a jack-o'-lantern. So it was a sort of a pumpkin skull sort of thing. But yes, we've opened up a couple of ones. I've got some big fancier ones and stuff like that that some people have seen. But yes, this was the Loki one, and Scratch and Dint sale, I believe. And see, the cool thing about the Scratch and Dint ones is that during the Scratch and Dint sales, they're cheaper because they sometimes have like slight cosmetic flaws and stuff like that, and sometimes it can be just like a very very small thing, like because the stuff's done with like resins and things like that. Sometimes there can be sort of bubbling, but now the bubbling isn't like a physical bubble you can see, but it's actually within the actual thing, like some bubbles. And sometimes it might just be like on the very back of the skull. If you're displaying it like that or that, it's never going to be seen, and you're saving like a few $100s purely from that. So it's great, but also in the Scratch and Dent sales is he has alternative colorways sometimes. So I don't remember specifically which one this one was, but he might have done ones where instead of all the gold, it's all like silver. It's like meant to be a chrome. Now that might not be the main version that he does, and so he might have only done like 5 of them. So those 5 will usually be a part of the Scratch and Dent sales. Because it's not the main ones. So yeah. So there you go. We have the head, the skull of Loki, god of mischief. And so these days you can actually get a lot of cheaper knockoff ones that are just done with plastic and stuff. I actually know someone who bought a pineapple skull, which he did. He did the original one. But there's, Chinese companies that mass produce knockoff ones, and they're only like that big, and obviously not hand done and all sorts of stuff like that. But all of them have up there in the thing scratched, and you can't really see it, so you might be able to, if I can get the lighting right. Yeah, just right up there. It says Andy was here. He's got that in all of his skulls. Scratches that in. Yeah, some really cool ones. There's definitely some that I've, I wonder, no, that's going to be part of it. Never mind, don't worry. But yeah, he's done some much larger ones that I wouldn't have mind getting, but they're expensive, which is, yeah, the reason why I haven't gotten any in a very long time. That wasn't right, but that's okay. So yeah, where are we? I can't see that. Alright, where are we? Oh. Looks heavy. Yep. Not for kiddies, but yeah, it's a really cool piece. That's interesting, actually. Very different from the usual games, movies, and erotic manga. Yeah, that's all there. If you ordered that years ago, why is it still in the box? Because I got nowhere to display it. I got nowhere to put it. The amount of skulls I've got, I got more skulls than room. And because like you can't display them, like they can't have direct sunlight constantly going on them. They get faded and things like that because it's an actual proper art piece thing. So yeah. What a very Shakespearean look. Hi, Viking. I see why you have the gloves on. Yeah, they come with gloves. Back in the day, they didn't used to come with gloves, but because like he's got his own branding and stuff with the boxes, markings and stuff like that. Yeah, he's been able to go overseas because of how popular he's become and the amount of money he makes and everything from it now. So yeah, it's really good success story and stuff. He's got his actual own sort of warehouse. Like he used to just have like a warehouse thing where he did it, but now he's actually got like full big production type place where he's got his big fancy machines where he does it now as well. But yeah, still all hand done. Hakaru, I'm looking at his website right now. Real skull? and they are not cheap, no, or made that way. Yeah, so they're like, so his original ones were all based on very much like the human skull, but then he's done a lot of weirder ones and stuff like that. But they're all based on the human skull. Like he's been able to deal with an actual skull to get the proper weights and exact measurements and stuff like that. But on his Instagram, like he's got videos of when he does the things and he does the whatchamacalls. He's done like a couple of the ones from Mortal Kombat. He recently did, I think, one that was like the Aztec sun god thing and different things, all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a mold. Yeah, so he makes the mold thing and whatnot. So he does the first one with the clay thing, then he makes the mold of that, and then kills the first one. Then with that mold, he makes the thing and whatnot, and then he goes and does all of them. But because it's still all very much, a hand done thing throughout the whole process, that's why there's still quite a lot of the scratch and dints that come up. But yeah, because it all looks the same on the website. Yeah, no, each individual skull, like each one ends up having slight variations. But the skull itself, though, he makes the mold after the initial thing. But because of how the resin process goes, and because he has upgraded it and changed it over the years, it's a lot more consistent. But there's still, like I was saying, about those bubbles and things like that. And then again, there's all the individual painting and stuff. Yeah. What's the website? Colourful Willy, Jack of the Dust. Very cool. I get my Calafin pots and pans from their scratch and dent sales. Usually it's the boxes that are dented, and the pans are fine. Yes, no. That's stuff's like that's great. I can see the beehive one bothering a person who would have the whole phobia. Yeah. Yes, that is understandable. No room to show them. Safer in a box. I mean, I got I got one over there. I think I got two over there. I still got two other boxes, but I could show you some of the other skulls if you'd like. See which ones they are and see. Oh no. I know where the other box is that I was like, I know there's another box that's more easier to get to that's not opened. It's this one right here that I've got the actual Rodecaster Duo sitting on. There should be another box though, but so I still got to open two boxes, and then I could possibly show you some other skulls. But let me just pop this one away first. Yes, please, more skulls. All right, let me just pop this one in its box and its thing, and I'll take that whole one actually out. So I'll move that around. So one moment, I'll mute this while I'm moving around. Actually, before that, I'll show you the actual brass. So in the thing, it comes with the actual what's called, but it also has the certificate of authenticity, or the death certificate, I should say. Death certificate. State of Queensland, country of Australia. Death certificate. I, the Skull Lord Clerk of Jack of the Dust County, commission in the country and state aforesaid, it being an office of record and having a seal, do hereby clarify that the record in my graveyard show that this skull, known as Jack, last name not given, origin the Dust, was created by Andrew Firth, the Skull Lord at Jack of the Dust Studios, Queensland, Australia. Legacy. Memento mori is Latin for remember that you can die. Don't waste your life by being trapped by a dogma, a set of principles laid down by an authority as incontrovertibility. This skull is a reminder that nothing lives forever and everything will return to the dust. You have been given the gift of life and you have nothing to lose by following your own path. In testimony whereof I hereunto affix my signature and official seal at Jack of the Dust Studios, Queensland, Australia, on the 22nd day of the 3rd, 2023, I officially authenticate this death certificate for the following skull, Loki Sand1. Scratch and Dint. Loki, Scratch and Dint 1, and then his signature. And then and then I think there was a final little thingy that was just saying, yep, little thingy here. Hey, me, congratulations on securing your Loki Scratch and Dint 1. Thanks for supporting Jack of the Dust. That's all hand done. Obviously, the name and the date and then the signature is done, but then the rest is the little certificate printout thing. Now, was that way? Was it that way? Was it that way or was it the other way? No, it's that way. It's that way. It's that way? Yeah, it's that way. Is it that way? Yeah, it's that way. Is it that way? Yeah, it's that way. Get in there. Maybe. All nice and embossed. Maybe it was the other way. No, that fits. I think it was the other way, but it's fine. But yes, so that's that. Now let me mute and take this box out now. Alright, I got that out. I got those other ones in this box there, I think, and then I think there's one over there as well. Is there one? But no. They seem to be open. Move a couple of things around, but that'll be okay. But alrighty. Got a bunch of cleaning going on. I'm actually going to head to bed. Probably won't be back to help out with shenanigans at this point, so I will see y'all next time. Alrighty, no worries. Thank you very much for stopping by, Colorful. Very much appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you next time. Whenever it be. Bye for now. Bye. But I said that. Right, now I've got to do the prediction thing, don't I? Yes, manage prediction. Alright. It was no game. Outcome, no game. Fantastic. Okay. Now, I will turn one of the other lights on. Where are we? Where's my thing? There we go. We got all the lights on now. And Kuro is off as well. Already, no worries. Thank you very much for stopping by, Kuro. Very much appreciated. We look forward to seeing you next time, whenever that happens to be. And we'll see you then. Bye for now. Alrighty. Now. Alright, 2 more boxes. Like I said, we've got this box in front of me. I just got to move those things over, but it would be best if I could do that one maybe. Be a bit of a tricky one. I got a box down there. Now, it has been opened, but I've never opened it on stream. I'm not fully sure what's in it. But I do know we do need to go through it at one point, so we could consider that to be it, yes. Bakuro. We'll do that for the second, and then this for the third if I don't find another one when I take that box out. Oh, I thought you were ending. No. I was just saying goodbye to Colourful Willy. Right, let me move these things around. The third book as well, by the way, when we unlocked Reading Stream next, is Trapped in Batwing Hall. I've already pulled it out, so I know where it is and we've got it nearby. So that will be the next one when we unlock Reading Stream next time. Trapped in Batwing Hall. Ooh, sounds like a schoolish one. Move these and sit them there. Alright, let me do that a little bit as well. Alright. What's in this package? In this box? Heavy-ish one. Any protection. Fire protection. Okay. 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 I can actually do the sound thing here though, can't we? Yeah. I think that's the way to go. There we go. What's in this package? Is there a game? Is there no game? I know the rough thing of what is in this package, but I don't know actually what's specifically in it because does it have a date? Does it have a year? I mean, it has a year, but it was a while ago. I know that. So, yes. Oh, it has the weight there, 6.6 kilos on my lap right now. Yes, what's in this package? And then this will be package number 2. Then we got one more package, and then I can go through and find some of the opened skulls and stuff that I've done before. So, alright, that's done. For, you know, whatchamacallit purposes. Like I said, I have opened this package, but not on stream, and it was a long time ago. Right. Let's see what we've got. What's been waiting down there. Oh. Whoa. All right. We've got IP Masquerena card sleeves, Yu-Gi-Oh card sleeves, actual Yu-Gi-Oh ones from Konami. So it's actually got artwork of one of the cards. It's a lady that's on like a bike. It's like a cat crashing at the door. 50 card sleeves, tournament legal sleeves, Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh, lady on a bike in the future. Oh, look at that. And we've got another 50 pack. That makes 100. Because I think, like, what are your decks in Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know. In Magic, they're 60 or something. pouring at the door. Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves. Oh, fantastical. We've also got a deck shell from Dragon Shields. That's a deck box. Holds up to 100 single-sleeved cards or 75 double-sleeved cards. Oh, with a lock and lid, hide the lid, all sorts of weird stuff. Dragon Shield, a green one. Oh, card sleeve, not a game. Yes, that is correct. Deck box, also not a game. It's a red one. We've got the green, we've got the red. They're a lot more sturdy than like your sort of normal usual-ish ones, but oh, we got a black one. Oh, fantastic. And the dragons on each one is different as well. Little thingy. Oh, and then we've got Deck Guards Anti-Glare by BCW. So that's just sleeves. 50 premium sleeves. Double matte finish for easy shuffling and reduced glare. Tournament quality. Safe for storage because it's acid-free. And we've got another green one. 2. So, well, these are 50? 50, 50. So that's 100 green ones. Whoa! We also have 50 grey just sleeves standard card things. 50 standard ones, compatible with all these different games. Easy shuffling, acid free, no PVC. Is there like another one of these ones? Yep. 2 sets of the 50s of grey, so that's 100 grey. A whole bunch of sleeves. I vaguely remember when I did this order. Mind you, this is like from 4 years ago, something like that. 3 years, 3 or 4 years, something like that. I think when there was a thing of stuff that was going to be done. We've got Dragon Shield's Pink Classic. So the Dragon Shield shells, the deck shells, these are their sleeves, which in the box you could use as a deck box anyway. But it's pink, standard size, classic, pink classic. It's a pink dragon. Oh, I wonder what her name is. Don't fall. Oh, we also have mint classic. Oh, look at that dragon. Oh, they've actually got a name on the back there. Core, the Hungry Heart. Core began life as a hatchling in the mint forest of Eastmarch. So it actually has a little information about the dragon that they make for the name of the stuff. But we got mint ones. Oh, also 50 classic, standard. Oh, we also got from Up Pro Gloss deck protectors, 100 standard. White. They look white. I'm gonna say white. White. Fantastic. No. Go back there. What else we got? We've also got 100 Game-genic Ingenious Supplies. 100 sleeves, standard size of... What are they calling this one? Yellow. What if called that gold? But yellow. We've got yellow gold sleeves. 100 standard. So many sleeves. Oh, and we're back to the deck shells. We got a blue one. We got so many deck shells. So many deck boxes. So many sleeves. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, and now we've got a Yu-Gi-Oh one. Holds over 70 sleeve cards. It's the one that matches the lady on the sleeves. See, she's got on her back. She's actually got a tail. She doesn't have cat ears. She's got a tail. And on the back, she's got rollerblades. And I guess maybe they could be considered ears of sort? I don't know what lady that is. Yu-Gi-Oh! Too much stuff. Why are they in the future now? I mean, that's a card with a thing, but you know. Alright. What sticks is that? Anyway. Now for what could be considered the more fancier things in the box. We have... Oh, we've got the Depressed Egg, Guredetama. It's the Tricky Egg card game. Oh, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a game. It is a card game. It is the Depressed Egg card game, the Tricky Egg card game. Channel your inner lazy egg in this holiday edition of the hit card game. Take as many cards as you want, but don't get scrambled on the last card. Oh no! I told you! No pushes! Oh no, he's sliding down a sled that's made out of bacon. And now he's made out of... He's a snowman, but the snowman's made out of eggs. Complexity? How many notches are in that? There's like 10 notches. It's 1 notch out of 10. Age 7+, time 20 minutes, players 2 to 7. But yeah, it's the depressed egg. Holiday edition of his game. He has a game apparently. Card game. What else is in here? Oh, we've also got a thing called Fangs. Oh, werewolves versus vampires versus humans. Oh, a party game for 5 to 7 players. Deduce, deceive, destroy, or die. 5 to 8, ages 10 up, playtime 30 minutes. There's also a bunch of reading on the back there. Game attributes: social deduction, bluffing, werewolf game, party game. What team is the player sitting next to me on? Are they a blood-sucking vampire, a ferocious werewolf, or just a hapless chump trying not to get bitten? There's another card game. Oh! Fangs. That's a pretty looking... is she a human? I think she's a human. She's not a vampire. Oh well. The humans go, she's okay. What else we got? Oh, this could be an exciting one. We have Cat Crimes. Oh, who's to blame logic game. Cat Crimes. Look at that. It's a bunch of cats doing crimes. Who did the crime? Oh no. Cat's Crimes. Tangled yarn and a missing bird. Which of the 6 furry furry fiends were responsible for each cat crime? With a little problem solving, you'll be able to use paw prints, toy placement, and other clues to figure out exactly where each cat was sitting at the time of the crime. Cat Crimes. That's also a game. Yes, I'll put them up here. We've got Dive. This one's got the Seal of Excellence from the Dice Tower. Observation, deduction, risk-taking. Your island has a traditional ceremony in which the most daring compete in a free diving competition to retrieve the sacred stone thrown from the top of the cliff. All the divers plunge into the ocean, looking for help from sea turtles and manta rays amidst the sharks. Okay. We dive. And try not to get eaten by sharks. There's a kid-friendly version included as well for ages 6+, and it's a rubber ducky thing, floating rubber ducky thingy around it. There you go. Made in China, French designers, French artist, and Belgian publisher. They've got all these different little flags on the back for all those things. Sit there, don't break anything. Not done yet. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, well. Now, something that sort of makes sense with those other things is you've got Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, Inventions in the Forgotten Realms. It's a fat pack. Dungeons and Dragons. Whoa. This, I think, was one of their first ones when they started doing their mix-overs with other stuff. They've done 2 with Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if this is the first one. It might be? But I don't know. But yes, it's the Adventures in Forgotten Realms, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. Fat pack. Bundle. What else have we gotten? Oh, we also have a draft booster box of Innistrad Crimson Vow. Oh. That's the wedding one? Is that the wedding one? That might be the wedding one. Yeah. I think this is like, is that 4 years ago? Maybe? We got Innistrad Crimson Vow, booster box. Gonna have to set this one back in here. And finally, oh ho ho, to finish it off, we have the classic mystery game from Tim Burton himself. We have Cluedo, the Nightmare Before Christmas version. Whoa! Cluedo! For those Americans playing at home, they know this as Clue. But it is actually called Cluedo. We got Cluedo. Nightmare Before Christmas version. Where is Sandy Claus? Who capped the Sandy Claus and locked him in a box? Oh, who knows? 6 custom items. Hey, you get a little duck thing. 6 suspect movers. Oh, they're little coffins. Cool. There you go. Pluto. Oh. But that's a game, and so were a bunch of the other bigger things as well that were in this box. So, but the magic stuff is handy. It would have actually been handy. It would have been handy if I forgot that I bought these. If I remembered that I had bought these, because then I wouldn't have needed to buy a thing to use for the Magic the Gathering stream that we've got to do. But it's alright, because we bought the Lord of the Rings one. I mean, we could still use this one instead of the Lord of the Rings. Just the Lord of the Rings one's meant to be pretty cool if you do a double-headed dragon? Two-headed dragon? The multiplayer thing with the 2 people. Gotta fit all this back in. Ow. And then, yep, and then, and pressed egg. Oh. Yep. Alright. Okay. Get all these deck boxes in. And that's all of them now, yeah? That's all of them. Alright, fantastic. The heck went? Oh. Well, that was a game. There was game. There was game in that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let me do the thing. Okay, now, I'm going to take this box out. I'll check the cats, and they'll come back and I'll do the third box that you're having me open. And then I'll show maybe one of the other things, skull things. Gotta figure out where these are, because I kind of really don't want to do this box in front of me, because it's the thing sitting on it. But at the same time, if I move those things over, I could still use it again after, I guess. Maybe. It's forcing me to actually organize this room a bit more than it already was, which is not really what I want. I mean, it has to be done, but... Oh well, I'll go on a break. I won't be gone too long. I'll just take this box out, check the animals, and then I'll return to do the at least the final box and the what's called, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the box. I'm sure there was one over there. It might be underneath that other one. Check, but I'll be back shortly. I will go to the Be Right Back screen this time. So don't touch that dial or change that channel, because I will return somewhat shortly. I was right. There was one over there that hadn't been opened. But that box is opened. So, the outer box is opened, yes, but not the inner box. We're not going to do a prediction for this one. But this works. This is two birds getting beaten up with the single knife. Because the inside box has not been opened. It is still sealed. Right? It's still sealed. I'm just going to leave it in here because it's easier so I'm not making up more room with the boxes of boxes and so on like that. So we're opening this one. We're not doing a prediction because it may be very obvious what this is perhaps going to be. But what is it? I have no idea. This is going to be older than the other one, though. I can assure you of that. I'm taking this off. Oh, there's a cramp in my arch. Alrighty. It's another skull. Oh, but is it a game skull? Or is it not a game skull? Is it a skull from a game? Or is it not a skull from a game? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Fine. Game-based character. Bum 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 bum. Woohoo! A doodle doo. Welcome back. Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be back. Alrighty. Let's open up this one and see what's inside this one. That looked painful. You good? Oh, everything is painful at the moment. So no, I'm not good. But it's okay. We soldier on. As they say, art is pain. This one's got the pack and peanuts. Whoa! Whoa! Wonder what could be in here. I packed the other one away, so I'm going to have to open this one first. Alright. Just gotta make sure I don't look at the certificate. It'll be a surprise what one it is. I mean, I know obviously at some point I knew what it was because I bought it, but... I stabbed the peanut. Yeah, same. I usually try and massage over the cramp. It's gonna be... Oh no. The problem with ones like this is that when I take the skull out, it's difficult to get back in with all the peanuts, right? Because then they settle differently. I believe this one was... I think this is the third one, so this one's Bursties, I think. First one was Big White Bear. Second one was Vikings. This one is Bursties, I think. Yes, I can see them over there. Yeah. Alright, let's see what skull Bursty has sent me, has gotten me, is having me unearth. Archaeology with the peanuts. Oh, ho, ho. Don't jump out everywhere. Buried deep within the peanuts, deep within the boxes of my study for who knows how many years. We might be able to figure... Oh, actually, the certificate will say. It'll say the year. Oh. Alright. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Oh, don't press any of those buttons. Oh, no. Whew. We're all good. He has his own tape. Now, the good thing about the tape he uses here is that it usually is not super destructive on the bubble wrap. It's going. Yeah. Go. Easy does it. Easy does it. There we go. Oh. Okay. Now, what skull could it be? Ooh. I know what one it is. Ooh. Yes. Oh, I remember now. I remember. Ah. Oh. Yes. Oh, ho, ho. Can't find the opening for this thing. Oh, it's wrapped underneath it. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Where's the opening? Oh. It's there. It's actually sealed. That noise gives me the shivers. Oh, we're all done with it for the moment, mostly. These ones are tighter. Ooh. Can't help it. Unfortunately. But here we go. Oh, easy now. Oh. Whose skull have we got today? Oh. This is a very specific, special, alternative one of Darth Maul. There you go. It's all mossy because his head got cut off, and then it was sitting in a thing for numerous years, and the moss began to do its mossy thing to it. How this one's done with like the moss that's been put on it and everything, that's why you end up gonna be very careful with this one, because obviously that stuff can come off very easily. Some of that stuff. Yes. Ooh, nice. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to see it, but he's got his Andy was here at the top of the mouth there. But yeah. So it's like gold and green, and then it's got that green stuff all over it. And yeah. Ooh, yes. Very nice. Very nice. What material are the skulls made of? Do you know? It's a resin type of thing he does. Because that's how like the bubbling and stuff happens. But I think sometimes it can be made out of like a couple of different things, depending on like which skull because of the different things that it may be done for with it. Like some of them I know, for example, had like little springs with the bottom jaws. He doesn't do many these days. I think maybe if any, he used to do ones where like the Joker one I bought from him had a bottom jaw and he had a little spring so that the actual jaw would automatically close, but you could open it, put something in it, and it would like, the spring would keep it sort of closed to hold whatever's in there. Um, and then you could buy the versions that didn't have the jaws, and then I think he just started not doing jaws in total. But I think maybe some of the bigger ones might, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I've seen ones with jaws for a while. I don't really look all that at them because they're super expensive. But yeah, usually a resin, I believe. But yeah, oh, Darth Maul dug up from the swamps on Dagmar, Dagathon, Dagamar, Hoth. That's a snow place. Um, Talos. I don't know. I can't think of any flipping Star Wars planets. Naboo. Another skull. I'll put this one back. I'll mute so you don't hear all the noise. It's always bigger when I wrap it back up. But there we go. Oh boy. Alright, let me just sit you in those peanut bubbles. Let's pull out the actual thing. Alright. Hey, me, congratulations on securing your experimental rotten Darth Maul skull. Thank you for your support, Jack of the Dust. Yes, so that was one of the experimental ones. So I don't know how many of those ones he did, but yeah. Death certificate, everything is the exact same as the other thing until we get down to here. So this was on, it doesn't have the year, he didn't put the year on this one, but the 16th of December. And that's the Darth Maul Rotten. There you go. So yeah, that's basically the ones that I would try to get were, the fancy ones. So the experimental, the alternate colorways and stuff like that in the scratch and dent sales. I've got one of the things of a thing that he doesn't do anymore. It was a project that he worked on for quite a long time, and he did a bunch of things and stuff and whatnots, but he doesn't make those things anymore. I've pulled that out once. That's a very large thing. That's in my bedroom. And I got other ones and stuff, but so a lot of mine are ones that were, alternative, experimental versions. Not most of my ones aren't the ones that would sort of done as like the ones, a lot of the ones that are on the website now these days, where you can just wait until the month of when he's doing another batch of them, or the big pre-sale things come up for you can just order anything on the site and they get made. Yeah. Thank you kindly for muting just now. No worries. Gonna lurk and finish paperwork. Alrighty, no worries. Thank you very much for stopping by, Big White Bear. Very much appreciated. Hope you have a wonderful and fantastic time doing your paperwork. We look forward to seeing you next time. Now, I will show one more skull that is already opened. That one wasn't open, so I've never actually gotten to see that one in person until now. But I will show one more that is already... Oh... I just looked, there's like literally 2 boxes just next to each other. They wouldn't be too hard to show both of the skulls. I'll show these final 2 skulls and that will be it. So these ones I have opened before, so I have shown them on stream previously. They just would have been like many years ago. Oh. Oh. We're at level 4. Combo. What is that? Is that a horse? I haven't seen the horse before. That's new. We got combo horse heads. Oh, I don't think I got any horse heads. Oh, and then that's the little squirrel thing. Oh, there you go. Level 4 with squirrels. Fantastic. Thank you very much appreciated. I'll get that one because that one's easier. And then I can probably sit that just there and not hurt Darth Maul. So I'll be right back. I just have to stand up. Ready. And then we got horse heads. And then we got those different things. There we go. We got number 1 Big White Bear for horse heads and for chipmunk things. Oh, fantastic. Alright, what's in this one? Things are already up for that. Alright. Will this be easy? Gloves for this one. Pop them over here. I think I might know what this one is. Let me fill some of these things. I don't need this many. These ones on top don't need. I have a box or something I can use to... Alright, no, my garbage box is up there. Now, as for skulls and stuff, I do actually have actual skulls. Hot Boy Liam does whatever you call that stuff when you do that stuff. Not the wet specimen stuff, although he, I think, has wet specimen stuff maybe in his house, maybe? I don't like that stuff. That's too messy and wet. But I do have a bird skull somewhere. It was in my kitchen at one point, and then the cats got to a place and then they knocked it all around, and so I don't know. But I did have a little bird skull. That was actually from my backyard. Let's just sit this here. Yeah, that'll be easy to grab later. Alright. Yeah, no, that's there. That's good. Okay, here we go. Oh! Yeah, I know what this one is. This actually is good to go with that one, so... going to be in a plastic bag thing as well. So let me just... mute for this second. Ready. And this one... oh, it's another Darth Maul. Woo! But specifically, I think this one was... this wasn't experimental. It was just an alternate version, I believe. This one, I believe, was called the Sith Lord? Sith Lord? The Darth Maul Sith Lord version, I think. Because of how it has the eyes. I think. Its death certificate's somewhere over there, I think. But yeah. In case you couldn't tell, Darth Maul was one of my favorite characters from Star Wars. In the early times, it was my favorite character. I still really like Darth Maul, but my favorite character these days is Visas Ma, after I came across her. But yeah. Another Darth Maul. This was numbered 138. Also, it does a wax seal on a lot of them. The other one didn't have it. I think it could have been because it was the scratch and dent thing, or it could have been because of the type of what's it called that it had on it. But yeah, he's also got his signature there, which you can't really see super well, but and then that's the number of it. Yeah. The Sith Lord, I think it was. Sith Lord Darth Maul. There you go. All right. And I pulled the other one just up there, so it was easy for me to get, so I don't need to be moving. But that one's got a bunch of cat fur around it. So let me pop this one in the thing, so I'll mute again so you don't hear the noises. The eyes are really nice, though. The glossiness and the... All right, I'll be back. All right, there we go. Oh, I might need to keep these ones out for this, but let me have a look. Go do this one and not get cat hair. All right, let me mute this and pull this one out. This one will be quicker-ish. Speaking of, here it is. This is the Jack-o'-lantern one, the Jack-o'-skull, Jack-o'-ween, whatever it was called, where it's the Pumpkin King skull, but his skull's like a cross between a pumpkin. Yes. This was numbered 13 of 150. Oh, yes. Looks a bit pale, eh? Yes. But yeah, there you go. A little thingy of a pumpkin. Yeah. So this was the first one I ever got for myself, I believe. Yeah, number 13. Spooky 13 as well. Ho ho. Of, yes, 150. So there are only 150 of these done. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm pretty sure there's like one maybe there, and I think there's meant to be another one. I think there's one down there as well. Not sure where another one is. Is there one there? That might be one as well. Wonder. I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3 more somewhere that I've got somewhere. But yeah. And then there is this big thing here, but I don't know what's that. I do not know what that one is. It's still sealed, but my thing's sitting on it. So that would have to be one where I've really made the room and everything, because that's a flippin' huge box. Yeah, I have no idea what that one is. Yeah, there you go. There's another one of my skulls. So many skulls. Alrighty, let me mute while I put this back into its bag. There we go. Whew, what a time. Going through skulls, going through boxes of board games, card games, and stuff like that, which could have been a part of the things if I'd known that I'd still had ones in boxes that I hadn't opened. What a time. What a time. I have to figure all that out and get those all sorted and put them all back. But one day we'll probably do a stream in here when I've got the cabinets and stuff sorted differently and I can actually put them in things. Like I've got the one that's just there, and so that wouldn't be too bad because the sunlight can't hit it directly because the sun does not come directly there. It goes between there and there. I mean, the sun rises there and sets there, but depending on the seasons, it'll be close to that side or it'll be close to this side. But it'll never be like right there coming through, and because that there's in the corner, it's relatively protected. And it's all glass, so you'll be able to see them. The problem is that in there is just a bunch of figures at the moment. In their boxes, because they don't take figures out of boxes unless they've got a place to go. They don't have a place to go. Yeah, they've got a place in there, but that's just temporary storage in there. So, yeah, I got that one, but that's one for, like, elsewhere, because it's a 4-way that you can look into it. But yeah, one day, maybe we'll do a stream where I'm going through all them and setting them all up, and you can see them all properly. Maybe. Oh, I could probably put some in there, but that's where my books are. I need another bookcase. I need my other bookcases because I got some bookcases that I put in storage because we didn't have room for them for being anywhere else. Yeah, it's always a struggle to find good spots for things. Big White Bear though made a good suggestion about doing a work along study thing of sorting cards. Because, like, that was sort of one of the things I'd mentioned about doing, though, but doing it out there. But having it here and doing it on the what's called, that's a good idea, too, Just have to take some tweaking and more room. But, I mean, I got my what's it called here, right? You can't see it, but my little storage thing for my bullion stuff. And I need to sort all of that out, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone would be interested in just looking at a bunch of coin-related things. Or, I mean, well, the study along ones are also just like, there's some things there, so I suppose. But, yeah. Because that's mostly just me going through that stuff and putting them in these things, which are the actual little capsule things, and putting them, sorting them in that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But obviously not really right at the moment because there's not room. Got no little desk thing in front of me. I mean, the thing that it's on, but I need more room than that. I mean, I need that. And that's what it's sitting on, so. Yeah. Anyway. I need to organize a phone call with a vet. So yeah, that was Give Yourself Goosebumps, book number 2, TikTok Your Deb. We got through on our second batch attempt, which is so we died all first batch attempts, all 3 we died, but then we came through on our second attempt in our second attempt batch thing. So our 5th attempt overall. And like I said, when we unlock the next one for me to be in here doing a reading stream, it will be the 3rd one, Trapped in Batwing Hall. We could read a little preview of it so we know what it's about. Join the horror club. Bring the new being the new kid in school. I told you it was a school one. Is no picnic. At your old school, you had tons of friends, but now you don't even have one. Then you meet Nick. He asks you to join the horror club. The horror club meets in an old mansion known as Batwing Hall. It's dark, it's spooky, and it's where your adventure begins. I'm not going to read the rest. So, yeah, that's the next one, number 3, that we'd be up to when we unlock me having to be back out here again. But that probably won't be for a bit, which is good because it means that this camera is going out back into the studio because we're going to be doing Carb Week this week. Ho! And it's perfect that we got through it because it means tomorrow is Tuesday, which means we might have TCG Tuesday coming up next stream with this camera over behind me, over this side, looking down, but when I'm out there and when I'm facing that direction. Yeah. Because I'm currently facing north right now, and when I'm in there, I'm facing west, that direction. So yeah, pardon me. Yeah, next stream might be. So when will I be back? What will I be doing? I'm getting cold. Next stream very well could be card day. We'll be doing the card day most likely. I have to move this out there, set it up, change these things out, and everything like that. And yeah, what sort of stuff will we going through? We do have some AEW stuff. I don't know if we'll go through it. We do have some of the waifu card stuff. We do have some of the Japanese volleyball stuff, netball stuff, volleyball, I'm pretty sure. And we got other stuff. I don't remember what else we got. We got a bunch of Marvel stuff still. Yeah, we still got a bunch of Marvel stuff we got to go through. I'm excited for that, yeah. And yeah, I don't think we got any One Piece stuff yet. There are new One Piece stuff coming out, though, in like a couple of weeks. And another one in like another month or so. That's a big one. Another flipping premium best, number 2. That's a big one. Ooh, excited for that. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be that. But when? When will it be? I'm Oh, fish. Well, I mean, what are we? 6:30 p.m. I could be back in the morning, maybe. Do it. Maybe in the morning. Maybe. Fish, what's that? 12 hours will be 6 a.m. That's not too bad. Maybe. Maybe 12. Oh, let's say 15. Let's say maybe 15 to 16 hours. Maybe. Maybe earlier. Maybe later. We'll see. But it'll most likely be card day stuff. We'll start doing that. So I can get through card day, do a bunch of card stuff, and then we can be ready for the weekend of doing painting. Most likely the painting. But I will confirm that either tonight or tomorrow night with Dimitri. So yeah, that'll be exciting times at Monster High. But all right, thank you everybody for joining. Is it at least warmer in the study? No. Well, different. In the studio, I have an air conditioner, so I have heating, but there is a draft down below. So while it'll be super warm up here, it's usually cooler here and then like fairly colder down below. But the room does have a heater. This room here does not have a heater, but it is in the house. But it is halfway down the hallway, and I can't have the door open, otherwise the cats come in. So I open that door and I go out. It'll be warm, but in here it's fairly cold. Fairly cold. That's why I've got have my cardigan on. But it can be warmer, sort of from the get-go, and if I don't have the heater on out there, and I've had the heater on in here, it will be a little bit warmer-ish. But yeah, so it's harder for me to regulate the temperature in here. It's easier out there. That's the difference. If there were less boxes and stuff around, I could have the door open and the cats would be able to come in. It's just at the moment, if they come in, like they snuck in before the one I did this morning. And I came in and one was over there and had dust all over him, and the other one was sitting up there. And I said he could stay there if he didn't move, but then he moved. So he couldn't stay there. Yeah, that's the problem. But if there was less things around, like the boxes and stuff, then they'd be fine to come in. They wouldn't be covered in dust then. But yes. Ooh, kitties, don't they knock stuff off and over? They can, but there's not usually like a lot of things that can actually be sort of knocked over. Yeah, like if they got up there, I mean, they could knock that one single box of Lego, but that's fine. Now that I've moved that box from there, it's theoretical they could jump up there and then they would knock over those things with Lego with cards in them. But like other things, they can't really knock over. But yeah, yes. I gotta move all that back, right? Just thinking, how could I get like the microphone sort of fixed better? If I had the what's called better, that'd just be weird. But having the thing down here and up and over and coming towards me would be good, because then I could just be like boop 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 boop. But I need a thing there. I mean, I do have that, and I do have the smaller ones, but I don't know. That's the thing to work on. But we're just not in here that often. But I mean, the setup is all fine for the time being and everything. All I have to do is move the camera in and out whenever that needs to be done, which is why I wanted to get this done and sorted, so I wouldn't have to be actually moving it in and out like within 1 or 2 days or something. So yeah. Anyway. I'll be back tomorrow most likely with card day. Maybe we'll start off with a quick daily thing of Nikki, or maybe we'll do that at the end. I don't know. We'll see. I've got to move that out there though. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be warmer. It's probably too cold now. I don't want to go outside. But yeah, card day. We'll do some cards, maybe some waifu cards, depending on who's around, and hopefully we can get a signature card from someone, some sort. Thank you everybody for joining. Very much appreciated. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of. Oh right, and also, there is the poll thing, whatever it's called, the voting. For the community chosen Emoticon that ends in I think maybe 2 days or 3 days or something, under 3 days. Like the time's set, so I can't stop it, can't extend it, anything like that. and that's for the community chosen emoticon. That will be then a part of the next batch of emoticons I get created. Again, very soon, I don't know when, it's when he gets back to me. It's like he's got the time to go through the videos. So the ability to submit videos into the YouTube Watch and React for Dimitri and I, that is still there. People can still post some videos in there that they want us to watch and react to. Yes, I will be getting that competition post thing done on Discord, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, sometime soon. Because I got a bit of time with that, because that artwork thing won't be finished for a couple of weeks, probably 2 weeks, and it might be done. I'd say possibly under 2 weeks, and it should be done. Probably, maybe, depending on how many changes I do and stuff. But yeah, to get the final 3 spaces filled, the 3 extra spaces, 2 to 3 maybe. But yes. Anyway, thank you very much appreciate it. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the time happens to be for you. Say hi to your mum for me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hello, Gingerbread Salem. I see you have a banana threatening me. Well, ease up. Ease up. I mean, I find that quite inappropriate, Colourfully Woolly. Well, first of all, my middle pocket banana is not threatening. It's very thin. It's long, but it's soft. It's not threatening at all.